Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to talk about. LeBron's done added his name to another record book. I guess you can say he's added to his legacy. Jonathan Quick of the New York Rangers, he just set a record. Ronel Blanco for the Houston Houston Astros, excuse me, he just pitched a no. The Final Four is set for both the men and women, and the UFL weekend has kicked off. So we got a lot to talk about right here, live on the Fuel Sports Network. This is the Jersey the King Show. Let's get it. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon to everyone. Good evening to you on the East Coast. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Welcome to the Jersey the King Show. I am your host, of course, the man with the plan. I am Jersey the King, of course. We are live on Fuel Sports Network as well as YouTube on the Jersey the King Show channel, as well as Facebook on the Jersey the King Show Facebook page. So make sure you follow both channels. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course, and make sure you pull us up on Fuel Sports Network. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. We definitely got a lot to talk about today, and I'm excited. This is the very first episode. I'm happy for you all to be here today. I'm happy for this to be streaming live on Fuel Sports Network, and we're almost at 250 subscribers on YouTube. Trying to get that number up. We're almost at 100 followers on Facebook. So let's go ahead and grow the Jersey the King Show as we bring you all sports all the time. Now, this show isn't just about football. It isn't just about basketball. It isn't just about hockey. This is about all sports in general. So we're going to be touching on a bunch of different subjects today. And I wanted to start off actually in basketball, because I'm ready. What's going on, Eric? Welcome in, brother. I appreciate you tuning in, my man. Welcome to the Jersey the King Show. It's going to be a great show for you guys. I promise you that. But yeah, I'm going to start off for all my Philadelphia 76ers fans out there. I'm going to let you guys know that Joel Embiid is set to make his return tonight from injury up against the Thunder. And I think this is going to be good for Philly. They've been needing that presence down in the paint, and definitely not having Joel Embiid there has been a problem. They're 5 games above 500. I believe they're 40-35. I believe they were off last night. I should have double checked, but I didn't, so it's okay. But I believe they were off last night, and they're now they're sitting 5 games above 500. Right now, when Embiid went down, they were pretty good. They were doing really, really well, to be honest. They were actually 8 to 9 games above 500, if not more. So with Embiid coming back, this is going to definitely give Tyrese Maxey and them boys some relief. You know what I mean? And they're going to be able to get that ball in the paint, be able to use his perimeter game that he has established over his career now as well. And I think that's going to get them back on track. Hopefully for you 76ers fans out there, you don't have to worry about him needing a game or two to get, back in his groove or anything like that. Hopefully he's 100% ready to go and, ready to get back on that court and, be Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm excited for you Philly fans because I know you guys are excited to have Joel Embiid back. And I think that, like I said, this is going to be a big step forward for the rest of the season. All-Star break has passed already. You know what I mean? Now we're getting to the end of the regular season, and we're talking playoff push. So now teams are vying for the playoffs. Having Joel Embiid come back around this time of the season is going to be great for the 76ers They're playing a tough Oklahoma City Thunder, a young, feisty team that we all know is no joke. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and them boys are over there balling, and I mean balling. So, like I said, it's gonna be huge for them if he does be able to come back tonight. But he is set to make his return tonight. And like I said, that's huge for him. That's definitely huge for him, and that's huge for the 76ers going into this playoff push and trying to make a vibe for the Eastern Conference, you know what I mean? And not have to worry about that play-in tournament and having to play for a spot. You know what I mean? So I think this is huge for them, and it's gonna be big for sure. So we'll just have to see. We'll definitely have to see. You know what I mean? In other news in the NBA world, last night LeBron James put himself in the history books, of course, again, and added to his legacy. And he joins Michael Jordan with another 40-point showing after the age of 31, or excuse me, 39. Excuse me. This is his second game after turning the age of 39 to what's going on, brother? Welcome in. A Train. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely new show. Yes, sir. Fuel continues to grow. You damn right. Let me pop that up over Lebron real quick. Sorry, Lebron. But yes, sir. I appreciate the love, man. Definitely. Definitely. Eric, what's going on? I didn't want to even put up the comments, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But yeah, man, LeBron James adds his name next to Michael Jordan with as the only player to have what's going on, Denzel? A 40-point game or more, 40-point plus game after turning the age of 39. Now, let me ask y'all something, those that are watching. Can LeBron still do it? One more, two more, maybe 3 more years? Or do you guys think that this may be his last year? Or possibly next year be his last year? I mean, what are we looking at here? LeBron's about to be 40 years old next year, right? He just recently turned 39, right? And he's still doing things like this. He's still putting up 40-point games. He's still carrying a team on his back. Will he be able to do that for another year? Will he be able to do that for the rest of this season, if need be, and do it for another season or two or three? You know what I mean? Can LeBron play past 40? I mean, Jordan was able to play past 40. Granted, he did retire and take 2 years off and then come back. But can I mean I see what you're saying about his body, but we all know that LeBron spends what $1 million to take care of his body. So, I don't think there would be really much of an issue when it comes to his body. He spends $1 million on it. So my question is, will we really be able to see him put up 30, 40, 50-point games at the age of 40 or beyond? Or are we looking at maybe the end of the dynasty of LeBron James? That Hall of Fame legacy career. I won't say GOAT because he's not the GOAT, damn it. That's what I'm saying. Doing 82 games at 40 years is a lot, man. 40 years of age, that's a lot. And that's really hard. So that's why I asked the viewers out there who are watching, do you guys think that LeBron James can play past 40? Or do you think he's going to end his career at the end of this season with or without a championship? That's the question. Because doing things like this, putting yourself in a conversation with Michael Jordan still continuously, are you trying to make it to where the conversation is obsolete in the next year or two? Oh, you are the official go. You know what I mean? That's what we have to look at. How you doing, Ms. B? Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. But that's what we have to look at with LeBron James. You know what I mean? Can he continue to do this? Because 82 games at 40 years old is a lot. And what people got to realize is not only did Michael Jordan play through the 80s and the 90s, you got to remember what he dealt with in the 80s and the 90s. What we old heads like to call real basketball. When dudes was getting knocked out of the air when they're going up for a layup or a dunk. They're getting damn near tackled like they're on a football field on a basketball court. Getting elbows to the face, the whole nine. Like it was real tough basketball. Like now we like to call basketball nowadays soft because it is. And I'm just saying, dude, can the king of flop play past 40? Y'all know how I feel about LeBron. I'm not the biggest fan of LeBron James. I respect his game. I respect what he's done for the game of in the game of basketball as far as his career goes and all that good stuff. But y'all know me. I'm not a LeBron fan. I call him LeBron James. So, yeah, and like Eric says, we got viewers in the chat, y'all. Like Eric says, rules are different and they're more favorable. You know what I mean? To players. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the difference. I think that's the overall difference, and that's a huge part of that debate of who's better. Who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. You know, you can't really compare it because I don't think that. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough to say because of the age difference, but I don't think LeBron would have been as dominant if he was back in those days and the way basketball was back then in the 80s and 90s. I don't think he would have been as dominant, in my personal opinion. And a lot of these players wouldn't have. You know what I mean? So honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But my question to you guys, and like I say, you can chime in the chats, and we'll definitely get to those. But my question is to you guys: Do we really believe this may be LeBron James's last year, or could he possibly play after 40, maybe the 42, 43? It just depends. In my opinion, it depends on a lot of factors. Will he be able to continue to play at the high level that he's playing at? Is he going to want to continue to play? If and because we all know he wants to play with his son. He said it. You know what I mean? He said it. He said he at least wants to play at least 1 year in the league on the same team as his son. So whoever his son gets drafted to, if he does make it into the NBA, that's where LeBron wants to go and play. So he may not even end his career in LA. So we may see another year or two. But my question to you guys is: do we feel this could be his last year, or is he going to fulfill that want and that desire to play with his son and continue? And this guy, can I help you? I'm live. Yes, sir. It's dirty, guys. It's dirty. Because it's my show. It's the Jersey the King show. I can answer the phone if I want, but yeah, I'm live. I'll call you back. All right. You gotta love it. Listen, that's the beauty of being able to go live and it be your show. I just answered the phone live, no problem. But yeah, that's Eric says he's not done, and I happen to agree. I think that LeBron is going to be playing with his son when he gets in the league. So that's my personal opinion. But I know a lot of you guys. He said don't take phone calls from Dirty. I wanted to make sure he knew I was live because I told him I was going live at this time, and of course he doesn't listen. But listen, the Fuel Sports Network. I want to thank you guys for allowing the Jersey the King show to be here. We're gonna continue a little bit more in this conversation after we take this commercial break. But I want y'all to sit and think on that. And for those who watch this after we're the show's over, or at another time. I want you guys to think about that. Will LeBron James play with his son before his career is over? That's basically the end all be all question. So we'll be right back with more on the Jersey the King show right after a word from our sponsors.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench.
Hey, welcome back to the Jersey the King show. I am your host, Jersey the King. And before we went to break, we were talking about LeBron and his legacy. And like I said, I just wanted to touch a little bit more on that, just a little bit, because the reason why is because LeBron James has done a lot in his career, and he has the right to be in that debate conversation of who is the GOAT. But a lot of people are overlooking Kobe Bryant, and they're just putting LeBron James in that conversation with Michael Jordan. And I think that's a little disrespectful to Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. But on all levels, that's just, how can you not have Kobe in that conversation? LeBron has never had an 81 points game. Just saying. So how do you put Kobe Bryant in that conversation, or leave Kobe Bryant out of that conversation? And that's what just baffles me with what everybody's doing with this whole debate. And my thing is, LeBron, yeah, you may have won consecutive titles, but you've only done it one time. Kobe did it multiple times. Shaq did it multiple times. Michael Jordan did it multiple times. Michael Jordan did three-peats back to back. Like, stop playing. And if he wouldn't have retired, they would have won 8 straight titles. Believe that. The Bulls would have found a way to make sure they won. Hell, as long as Michael Jordan was on that team, they would have won 8 straight titles. Period. No matter who else was the supporting cast, because Michael would have made them better, as we seen on the documentary The First Dance. So I'm just saying, and in all fairness, you got to give Kobe Bryant his credit for what he's given to this game of basketball as well. Coming out of high school as well. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You got to give him his credit as well. Now, the Final Four is set, y'all. The Final Four is set. And this is what we're looking at. I know a lot of people out there are mad about their brackets, boy. I know they are, because I'm one of them. North Carolina, a North Carolina team made it, but it wasn't the Tar Heels. You hurt my heart. Like, what are we doing? But your teams are set, y'all. And we all knew I had Purdue in my bracket. Believe that. I had Purdue making it to the Final Four. I had Purdue making it to the stage. These three other teams, well, actually, UConn, I believe I had in my bracket as well. I don't know what you all had in your bracket, but did North Carolina crush your dreams as well? Did Duke crush your dreams as well? Did Houston crush your dreams as well as mine? I just want to know, guys. I just want to know. But these are your games for the Final Four, and they're taking place this Saturday. Tip off is at 6:09 p.m. Eastern for the Purdue versus North Carolina State game. Now, how many? What's going on, Sandy? Welcome in, love. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for tuning into the Jersey King Sports Show. Basically, the Jersey King Show. We're talking all sports. You know what I mean? It's the Jersey King Show. Definitely believe that. But UConn is a juggernaut. You believe UConn is a juggernaut this season? Are we back to those Kimball Walker days? Is that what you're saying to me, Eric? I mean, I'm just saying. You think UConn Purdue in the final? Okay, I could see Zach Edey and the boys going to the Final Four or the Final Two. I could see that. But I can't count out North Carolina State. I can't count out North Carolina State. For them to get to this point and do it with being an underdog and a lower, not such a super low seed, but a lower seed. You know what I mean? I didn't think North Carolina State was going to make it. I'm going to just keep it 100. Now, like I said, I can see Purdue making it to the Final Two easily. But if North Carolina can find a way to contain Zach Edey and force those other players to have to step up and be that guy, then I could see definitely an upset happening if North Carolina can find a way to do that. But it's going to be a tough game for them to do that. I honestly believe that it's going to be a tough game. I'm just, like I said, I'm surprised that they're even in this position. I'm not surprised Purdue's here, but North Carolina State, I am very surprised. But shout out to them boys down in North Carolina State, man, because, boy, they made a statement this season. And you got to give them credit where credit is due. Making it to the final dance, making it to the Final Four, you know what I mean, having an opportunity to get down to the Final Two, you have to take that momentum that you've had all this time, and you got to really go into this game, and you got to play it like it's your last. You know what I mean? So I hope the best for North Carolina State, but I really think Purdue's going to take this one. And I put that solely on because of the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, in this NCAA tournament, Zach Edey's averaging a double-double. So it's going to be kind of hard. You know what I mean? It's definitely going to be kind of hard for them to contain Zach Edey. And you got to think he can out-rebound anybody. So it's like watching Victor Wembanyama. You know what I mean? If he tells you, I'll let you get that rebound, he lets you get that rebound. You know, so I just think it's going to be hard for North Carolina State to contain Zach Edey in Purdue, especially those perimeter shooters at Purdue as well. You got to give them boys credit. They can knock down a shot from damn near anywhere. So I just think it's going to be really, really hard for North Carolina State to get past them, but I think it can be done. They just have to play super, super good defense. Like, their defense has to be stellar, beyond stellar. Like, their defense has to be just, they got to get Zach Edey in foul trouble. That's one of the things they're going to have to do. That's going to be a key for them. Get Zach Edey in foul trouble and keep him in foul trouble and make him a non-factor in this game. If they can do that, then North Carolina State has a real good chance of winning this game. And I think that's about all they'll be able to really do. Because even playing great defense, you leave those perimeter shooters open. You leave those mid-range shooters open, especially trying to double up Zach Edey. So, or even tripling them up. And I think it's going to be hard for them boys to try to triple them up, and then get back to position to play on the ball when it gets passed out or kicked out. So, like I said, it's going to be hard for North Carolina State to really get past them. they're going to have to really get Zach Edey and some of those shooters in foul trouble early and get them on the bench early and take advantage of those subs coming in. But like I said, yeah, the underdogs can always find a way. And that's the thing. I think that they can, if they can come in with a strategy where they're taking out, their best players as far as getting them in foul trouble. They got to be aggressive, going to the basket. They have to attack the paint. That's the main thing they're gonna have to do: attack the paint and rebound. Second chance points is gonna be key for North Carolina State, and getting rebounds and attacking that paint, getting Zach Edey in foul trouble, getting some of those perimeter shooters in foul trouble, making them not only cover you on the wing and deal with the dribbling and all that, but attacking that paint and attacking that rim is going to really get them guys what they need. And, I know a lot of people like to shoot and all that good stuff, but if they play big ball, even with their small guys, they play big ball and attack that rim and they get to that paint and get Zach Edey in foul trouble, I think they have a chance to make the upset happen and make it to the final two. So that's how I feel about the Purdue and North Carolina State matchup. Now, on the other hand, for this other game, Alabama has a chance. Believe that. Alabama has a chance. And that's the thing that should worry UConn Husky fans. Yes, UConn is a juggernaut. Granted. But Alabama, just like in North Carolina State's case, Alabama made it here for a reason. And if you want to get past these Huskies right here, you're going to have to do a lot. You're going to have to move that ball around. You're going to have to get players in foul trouble. You're going to have to attack the basket. You're going to have to be stellar on the perimeter when you're shooting those threes. You're going to have to be a good, consistent team and stay attacking. And you're going to have to play sound defense because them boys down there in UConn or over there in UConn, they can move that ball around and get players open. They got the place calls that they have set in that playbook. I tell you, it's out of this world because I'm telling you, man, they're a tough team. They're definitely a tough team. Alabama's going to have their hands full. Believe me when I tell you, Alabama's going to have their hands full. Believe that. So you got to understand when I say they have a chance, but they're going to have their hands full, period. And the thing about UConn is not only do they have good bigs, but they also have some really, really sound perimeter shooters. And these boys can not only attack the basket as well, but they can shoot. So Alabama's going to have their hands full, y'all. And when I say have their hands full, Alabama's going to have their hands full. Like North Carolina State's going to have their hands full with Purdue. So I think the men's bracket is, like I said, it's just some surprises. And I know a lot of people out there are upset, because I'm one of them that their team did not make it, who they thought they would. So, we just got to live with that, y'all. But we're about to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to jump into the women's Final Four, discuss that a little bit, and then we're going to head into some more sports news. Like I said, Rono. Rono. That's what I'm going to call him. Ronel Blanco pitches that no. Jonathan Quick. We're going to get into him, New York Rangers fan. So y'all stick around for the Jersey the King show, man. We'll be back with more right after this.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste. Same great taste.
looking for my wins. I need my ends. This life is real. Don't play pretend. Came off the bench.
It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
Welcome back to the Jersey the King Show. I am your host, Jersey the King. And like I said, this show is brought to you by Fuel. Download the Fuel Sports Network app on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices, and you can catch all the new shows that are coming and all the shows that are currently available on the network. So make sure you go and download the Roku or download your Fuel Sports Network channel on Roku and Amazon TV and devices. This show is brought to you by Fuel. Make sure, quick shout out to the B-Hawk Live show and the crew there. They are doing a book drive. Make sure you guys send your books that you want to donate to the library that they're having the book drive for a local school in St. Louis. So make sure you guys get with Daddy Ed, Amanda, and Dirty, and Sandy, and anyone else associated that has that information. They can point you in the right direction on where you can, send your books. I will get the photo so you guys or with the QR code so you guys can have that, and I'll make sure to put it up on the show for you guys so you guys will be able to scan that QR code. If you want to donate money, if you don't have books that you can donate and you want to donate money for them to go and buy books, you can do so as well. Just get with them, and like I said, I'll get all the information that you need, and I'll be able to have it up here for you guys as well. So again, I do apologize that I don't have it now. But make sure you guys follow the Fuel family. Make sure you follow what we're doing, man. We got a lot going on. We definitely got a lot going on. Make sure you follow the Gridiron Podcast show, or now, should I say, the Gridiron Show. You can subscribe to the Gridiron channel. The show will be moving to the Gridiron YouTube soon. So make sure you go and subscribe. Make sure you go and follow. If you're not following the Jersey the King Show on Facebook right now, make sure you drop a follow there. And make sure you subscribe to the Jersey the King Show on YouTube. Definitely keep the love and the growth going. But let's get back into this Final Four talk, and we're talking about the women's side. And oh my goodness, did we not have a crazy 2 games last night? Whew. North Carolina State. Seeing this on both the men and the women's side, both of them made it to the Final Four. And this is going to be a fun Final Four on the women's side because South Carolina, with a whole new starting 5, still goes undefeated throughout the regular season, throughout the SEC tournament. I believe they're in the SEC. I'm sorry if they're not. As well as the NCAA tournament. They went undefeated, and now NC State is coming in to South Carolina as the away team, of course. And they're going to take on these girls. And I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what's going to happen. But I think it's going to be a very, very, very tough task for NC State. That's all I can say. I think it's going to be a very, very tough task for NC State. You know what I mean? South Carolina is stacked on just every aspect, from coaching to the players to the plays they run to their execution on the court. These young ladies have gelled so well throughout this season. They've had some tough games to have to win to be undefeated right now. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they just cruised through this thing. But I'm just saying from a point of view of where South Carolina was last year with seniors and returning starters and all that. This year they had a whole new starting five and still went undefeated and made it to the Final Four. Undefeated. So it's gonna be a tall glass to try and drink in one sitting for North Carolina State, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a hard one for these girls because them young ladies down there in South Carolina, they know what they doing. They have that mind frame of championship mentality already. And I can see North Carolina State having that because those young ladies as well, they're ballers. But it's gonna be a tough task for them to get past them. But if they do, I think they may have a bit of an edge going into the final two. It's questionable, but I think they have a bit of an edge. No lie. Now, on the other side, though, Miss Caitlin Clark last night went for 41 points, dropping three balls like she's the female Stephen Curry. She ran around a girl, took the defender with her, and she ran around her big girl that was setting up a screen. And she took her defender and ran a circle around. Stopped back at the 3-point line and threw it up and just, I'm like, this girl's unbelievable. Unbelievable, y'all. If you haven't had a chance to watch Caitlin Clark play, for one, you're behind the 8 ball. You're late as hell. But you need to check her out this Friday if you didn't get a chance to watch her last night or any other game ever. But this young girl can ball. This little girl, man, this young lady here can ball, and she can shoot that 3 ball from anywhere. We're talking 30 feet, 32, 33, maybe even 35. Caitlin Clark can ball. She can throw that rock with an assist and drop dimes, but she can shoot. She can get to that basket, too. I give her that. And UConn's going to have their hands full. Yeah, I know they got Paige. And I know Paige is no joke. But she ain't no Caitlin Clark. She ain't throwing that rock up there like Caitlin Clark. I'm just saying. It's going to be a fun Final Four on both the men and the women's side. What's going on, DJP? What's going on, Gabe? OG Double G, my dog, my co-host on the Gridiron Podcast, which you can catch every Saturday, 12 noon Central, right here on Fuel Sports Network. You can catch the Gridiron Nation podcast, as you just saw at the commercial break, every Tuesday, 6:30, whenever, or not every Tuesday, but Tuesdays, whenever Gabe does go live. But you can also check out the live episode on Fuel Sports Network whenever we do get it up there. So, what's going on, brother? But yes, Caitlin Clark is a beast, and Paige Beckner and them are going to have their hands full trying to contain her and trying to stop her from setting up other players. Like, she could do it all. So it's going to be a tough task as well. So we got some tough matchups. That's the fun part about this. In both the men and women's Final Fours, we have some tough matchups. So it's going to be fun to watch. Make sure you're watching this weekend for sure, because I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this year's Final Four in college basketball. You're not going to want to miss it. I know there's a lot of sports that's going to be going on. We got multiple TVs and devices in our homes. Put them to use this weekend because there's a lot of sports that's going on. Now, we're going to shift our focus from basketball. We're going to move to the ice. Jackie Eichel and them boys, Just saying. We're going to move over to the ice. And I want to talk about my man, Jonathan Quick, over there with the Arlington, or excuse me, I said Arlington. I'm sorry. With the New York Rangers, just breaks the wins record for U.S.-born goaltenders. And that's huge right now for the Rangers, because the New York Rangers right now are the only team in the NHL with 50 wins. And a lot of it is contributed to his goaltending. When he's between the pipes, they have a better chance of winning than losing or having to worry about losing. And it shows by him, breaking this wins record for US born goalies. Hockey, is huge in Canada and internationally. And there's a lot of great players that are from other countries. And for him to do this at the goalie position, break this wins record, man, shout out to Jonathan Quick, because his play has shown on the ice, man. When I tell you I've watched him make some of the craziest saves, dude. We're talking Patrick Waugh type of saves. Don't try and say I'm saying he Patrick Waugh. I ain't doing that. What I'm saying is he's making similar type of plays. Like Patrick Waugh is next level. You can't really place too many people in his category of greatness. But Jonathan Quick, I've seen him play on multiple occasions, man. And this young man, he can goaltend. He's a great goalie, and he deserves this record, man. He's worked hard for it, and I saw it coming. I saw it coming with the way the season's been going for the Rangers. Like I said, they're the only team right now in the NHL with 50 wins. Even my Vegas Golden Knights don't have 50 wins yet. So, we're actually sixth in the West. So, yeah, kind of hurts. But right now in the East, the Rangers have already clinched the playoff berth. And like I said, a lot of it's due to Quick's great play between the pipes and net. You know what I mean? And that goalie. So, credit to the forwards, the defenders, and his wings out there. But a lot of credit goes to him and his goaltending, being able to stop the puck as much as he is, saves that he's making, keeping them in a situation where they're putting a lot of pressure on the other goaltender and the other team in general, and constantly being in the offensive zone and not having to worry so much about defending. I just you got to give a lot of credit to Jonathan Quick, man. And like I said, him breaking this US born goalies wins record, is huge for him. Congratulations to him. You know what I mean? And I wish him more success to come in the future, because from the way it's looking, the Rangers are making a push for the playoffs and a push for that Stanley Cup. So it'll be interesting to see if, they make it. And I hope my Vegas Golden Knights make it. So if they do make it, we can shut all of that down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen. Especially when you come to Vegas, baby. You come out here, you ain't going to be that lucky. Just saying. We hold the cards. Barely went out here. Now, let's go on into baseball. Opening weekend happened, and guess what? Yeah, Houston Astros, we talking about your man, Roro. But listen, we swept y'all. My Yankees, my Bronx Bombers, we swept y'all. That opening weekend. But last night, Ronel Blanco was the man with the plan and the arm that could not be disarmed. That young man, in a 10-0 victory against the Toronto Blue Jays, pitches a no-hitter. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read correctly, that was his first no-hitter that he's ever pitched in his major league career. So that's huge for this young man moving forward. That's huge for this team as early as he did it in the season. That's big. Because you got to imagine, spring season just finished. And these guys are warmed up. These guys are ready to go. These hitters are warm. They're ready to go. They should be in decent form. And for him to pitch a no-no, that just tells you type of cheese he got. You know what I mean? He got the big cheese when it comes to that fastball. And he could throw a hell of a curveball as well. He was killing him with that last night. So, yeah, man, I got to give Roro a lot of credit, man. Ronel Blanco, pitches a no-hitter in the first week of the season. That's huge. And the first week of the season ain't even over. So I'm just saying, that's huge for him, man. What do you guys think about that? Is there any Houston Astro fans watching? How do you guys feel? You feel good about that moving forward this season? You think he can keep up this pitch play? I mean, I know it's early in the season, but there's a lot of games. Do you think he can play this consistently throughout the season? Maybe not pitching a no-hitter every game, of course, or every time he pitches. But I'm just saying, do you think it's acceptable to say that he could possibly be at this high level all season long and probably have his name at the end of the year in the Cy Young conversation? I mean, is it too far-fetched to say that? Is it too early to say that? Is that not acceptable right now? Let's talk about it. Tell me. I need to know this because, I mean, first week, you pitching a no-no. If your arm stay strong this whole season for 100-something games, what? I'm just saying, y'all, be on the lookout for them Houston Astros. I mean, my Yankees ain't got too much worry if they continue to play the way they did when we swept them. But I'm just saying, congratulations to Ronel Blanco for pitching a no-hitter against the Toronto Blue Jays out of all teams as well. Who's not no slouch. They're not no slouch-ass team. So, just saying, y'all. Now, before we get into the UFL or any other football talk real quick, sticking with baseball, it was a great opening weekend. There was a lot of ticket sales, a lot of sold-out games, even for Easter weekend. I mean, that just shows you how diehard fans are at baseball games. It's a great experience. I've been to a few baseball games, a few professional baseball games myself. But my thing with baseball is, what are you guys going to continuously do to change the way baseball is being looked at, watched, or how it's being watched, or lack thereof, or how much it's being watched, I should say, or lack thereof, and speeding up the game was one of those things that I feel was stepping in the right direction. You know what I mean? And I think that, it was smart, but what else can you do to get the younger fans in the stands, So that's the big question moving forward with me and the MLB, man. That's a big question for me. We're gonna take another commercial break before we end the show on Fuel Sports Network. We will continue the show for a little while I talk UFL on the Jersey the King Show Facebook, as well as the Jersey the King Show YouTube channel. So you guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Same great taste. Yes. Same great taste. Same great taste.
Welcome back to the Jersey King Show live, presented by Fuel, live on Fuel Sports Network, as well as the Jersey King Show YouTube and Facebook channels. Yesterday was a sad day for a lot of football fans who know this guy, and they know of what happened, or his career, I should say. But yesterday, former NFL cornerback Vontae Davis was found dead at the age of 35. And that was shocking news to me. Shocking news to everybody. It really rocked the football community. Can't even lie. There's a lot of people out there who are still wondering what happened. The investigation is still ongoing to even know what happened and how he died, and the cause of death and all that. So there's still an ongoing investigation, but he was found dead, I believe, in his home in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I read that correctly, but yeah, Vontae Davis, former NFL cornerback, was found dead. Excuse me, on Monday morning or Monday afternoon. I think it was early morning or mid morning, going into the afternoon. He was found unresponsive and dead. So rest in peace to Vontae Davis. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family. And I know this is a huge loss for him. I know this rocked the football community, and it was a hard thing to deal with. So I want to, like I said, just take a moment to say rest in peace to him. Send my thoughts and prayers to his family and all of his friends and all the other, football players, and that was, very, very close to him. My thoughts are with you. My prayers are with you all. You know what I mean? And again, rest in peace to Vontae Davis. Now, um, on a bit of a lighter note, and that's no disrespect, but just moving on with the show, before we head over to socials only, because we're coming up on our last few minutes on fuel. There was a Sports Center top 10 play that a lot of people, didn't think would be a Sports Center top 10 play, because it's from the IFL. Yes, the Indoor Football League, y'all. And this catch was crazy. Now, I will be talking more about the Indoor Football League. It is a professional sports league. I just want everybody to know this. It is a professional sports league. So I will be talking about, the Indoor Football League, especially on the gridiron. But let me show you guys what Thomas Owen did to get on to Sports Center Top and have the number one play on March 30th edition. Number one play. Sorry, my bad. I don't know why that's stupid. That deserves Sports Center top 10, man. And sure. I can't even lie. That was crazy, yo. That was courtesy of the IFL. That catch was crazy. Crazy, dude. Shout out to Latobi. What? What? Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Are you serial? Did it happen for my guy?
Breaking news.
Is it breaking news, y'all? I think it's breaking news. So, speaking of the IFL, after the big announcement here for congratulations, Lacobe. Word up. The IFL actually just debuted San Antonio Gunslingers in the league last night. They lost a close one. I mean, it was a nail biter. It came down to literally the last 10 seconds of the game. Literally. But we're going to take another quick commercial break. We're actually going to end the show on Fuel Sports Network. We're going to take another quick commercial break. But if you are watching on YouTube and Facebook, don't go anywhere. We will be right back. If you're watching on Fuel, jump over and join us on Facebook or YouTube. We'll be right back for more with the Jersey the King show. And we're going to talk more about this IFL and Lacobe Tucker, man, because that's epic. But we'll be right back, y'all. Don't go nowhere. This is the Jersey the King show. Thank you for those watching on Fuel. I love you guys. I will see you guys on Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Fuel Sports Network. We'll be right back. Back. Welcome back to the Jersey the King show. If you are joining us live on Facebook and YouTube, I greatly appreciate you being here. If you were watching on Fuel Sports Network and you tuned in and jumped over here for the after hour part of the show, I greatly appreciate you. But we were just talking about Lacobe Tucker. He's a big fan of ours. We follow him. You know, if you guys know who we are as far as the Fuel family, and we're involved with the UFL as far as following them, covering the teams. We have a whole movement going on, and Lacobe Tucker is one of those guys that we pay attention to. And breaking news by the Queen Hyena herself, Amanda. Lacobe Tucker is a San Antonio gunslinger. And the gunslingers last night, actually, like I said, like I was explaining before we went to a quick break, the gunslingers are actually just made their debut last night. They lost a close one. Like I said, they lost a close one, came down to the final seconds, last 10 seconds of the game. San Diego just had a great game plan going into those last 10 seconds, and they made it happen, man. They came out with a W, but I think now, did that just happen today, Amanda? Did that happen today, or was it recently and he played in the game yesterday? That's a good question to have answered. I would love to know that. But I do want to thank you guys for tuning into the Jersey King Show. Now, I wanted to talk about this on the main hour of the show, but went over. It's my bad. I had a lot to talk about today, like I said, so that's why we're doing this overtime show. But the UFL week 1 is officially in the books, y'all. It's officially in the books. And it was a great weekend of football. Believe you me when I tell you it was a great weekend of football. It was a great weekend of football. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. DJ P said got the shirts up and ready to go. Word up, word up. Make sure you guys go and follow the Gridiron Podcast Show. Make sure you guys go and follow the B-Hawk Live Show. Make sure you go and follow the Bottom Line Show. Make sure you go and follow the Derek King Sports Show, Gateway City Sports, because Fuel Sports Network is powered by Gateway City Sports. So make sure you go and follow everybody, man. Orange or excuse me, Smoking Guns Podcast, Gridiron Nation Podcast, Hellraisers Podcast, Around the UFL podcast. So many podcast shows. There's so many shows. We're no longer podcast shows. We are TV shows, guys. And I want to thank you guys for supporting us and getting us to where we are, because if it wasn't for you being out there watching and supporting us and getting us to where we were or where we are, we wouldn't be here. And that's just fact. So we want to thank you guys. And sorry, I had to say that real quick, but make sure you go and download the Fuel Sports Network app and channel on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices, so you can catch every show live on Fuel Sports Network. So, who made the biggest statement in the UFL week 1? In my opinion, and who should be at the number 1 spot in everyone's power rankings, and I don't understand why they're not, is the San Antonio Brahmas. And I said this earlier on the X-Fan show, but the San Antonio Brahmas should be in everyone's number 1 power ranking right now, not Birmingham. And the reason why I say this is not a shot to the Birmingham Stallions, because they did play a pretty decent game, but it wasn't a great game like San Diego or like San Antonio played. Period. Come on now. You kept one of the best teams last season out of the end zone. And when they did complete a touchdown, there was a challenge for a false start, and it happened to be right. Now, granted, there was a personal foul for a player spitting on another player, but still. And even after that play happened, what did the San Antonio Brahmas do? They adjusted, and then guess what? They picked them off and really ended the game. Chase Garbers was lights out. Yeah, he didn't put up 200, 250, 300 yards passing, but he put up 178 yards and had 3 touchdowns total. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. Or excuse me, 2 through the air, 2 through the air, and 1 on the ground. So, for anyone as the Birmingham Stallions as their number 1 team in the power rankings after week 1, you're tripping. Because if you want to be technical, yes, everybody sits here and they keep saying all day, and they've been saying all day, oh, well, Birmingham ran a 2-quarterback system, and Skip Holtz said they were going to run a 2-quarterback system, and this is that and third. And I get that, and I understand all that. I get it completely. I really do. I do. I do. I really do. But at the end of the day, when Matt Corral got benched or got taken out for Adrian Martinez, he needed to be. Because when Adrian Martinez came into that game, That's when Birmingham really started moving the ball. Him being able to utilize his feet allowed Birmingham to move the ball. Now, granted, he did throw an interception, and then granted, he did get injured. But in my opinion, if he would have continued to play the way he was playing, and he would have shrugged that interception off and went back out there and made plays happen with his arm as well, I think he would have stayed in the game and Matt Corral would have sat his ass down because he was not playing good, and it showed. Even the interception that he threw, that was just a bad read at all. You shouldn't have threw that ball. And that was plain as day to see. But I feel the team that made the biggest statement was the San Antonio Brahmas. They shut that defender's offense down. They ran the ball all over that defender's defense. They threw the ball all over that defender's defense. Chase Garbers looked very calm, cool, and collective back in the pocket. He just was calm. Even when he did have pressure, he was calm. So I think in all seriousness, the San Antonio Brahmas made the biggest statement this week. And to be the only XFL team in the XFL conference to get a win, they made a huge statement today, or excuse me, on Sunday. And you just got to give them credit. My boy DJP, who's tuning in, he's one of the viewers that watches. He says, well, didn't DC run the same system last year, and how did that turn out? It actually turned out pretty well when they had Abram Smith. But like I told everybody when I was on the Gridiron podcast show with my co-host, Gabe Double G Garcia, DC will not be the same without Abram Smith. Putting all that on Jordan Ta'amu, it's not gonna bode well. You don't have De'Aaron King no more. You don't have De'Aaron King. You don't have him to take some of that pressure off of Jordan Ta'amu. You don't have that this time around. And on top of that, you've lost your best weapon offensively for the season. On top of your next two best weapons in Chris Jackson or Chris Blair and Lucky Jackson. So not having all three of those players showed yesterday. Or excuse me, on Sunday. I apologize. It showed. And Jordan Ta'amu, yes, he did throw for 235 yards. I give him that. I give that young man that. He did throw for 235 yards. As a matter of fact, I'll show you guys the stats. These are the QB stats. He was the top quarterback when it came to passing. 235 yards. Next was A.J. McCarron with 216 yards. Next was Luis Perez with 214. Next was Case Cookus with 204. Matt Corral got 208 or 201, excuse me. E.J. Perry had 176, and then you look at Chase Garbers and you're like 158 yards. Wow. But Chase Garbers had 2 touchdowns in the air, along with A.J. McCarron. Jordan Ta'amu, yes, he led with completions with 25. And when you got a pass-heavy offense like this right now, because your run game wasn't much, what do you think it's going to be like going into next week? Just saying. They need to get their run game figured out because it ain't working out for them. Even the passer rating. Now, I don't agree with these passer ratings, and I think these passer ratings are false. I think these are courtesy of UFL analysts on Facebook. I don't agree with these passer ratings. That is completely false because Matt Corral did not have an 85.6 passer rating. Neither did Case Cookus. So that passer rating is very, very off. I'm telling you that right now. I'm just letting y'all know. Don't go off of those stats because Chase Garbers did not lead all quarterbacks with the passer rating. Now, when you want to look at the running back stats, We all seen what West Hills did. He had 85 yards off in 11 attempts. But he didn't score a touchdown. That was the interesting thing. He didn't score a touchdown. Next we had CJ Marable, which he did have a good game. Adrian Martinez had 52 yards rushing as a quarterback. He's a third. You know what I mean? So, and I feel if Birmingham actually puts Adrian Martinez in as a starter, I think they'll be a totally different team. I think we'll see a replay somewhat of what Alex Magoo was doing last year, especially if he gets on point with his arm. Now, wide receiver wise, we're looking at Ty Scott from DC. He went off. I give him that. He did. He went off. He had a good amount of receptions, like 3 or 4, I believe. But he did lead with the most receiving yards. John Trey Kirkland was killing it with receptions. He was going off. Isaiah Winstead scored the first touchdown of the UFL season as well. Just so everybody knows. I know that for sure. Yeah, and Anthony McFarland, he did a hell of a job yesterday or Sunday. He was killing it. And that's my thing too with DC. It's going to be hard for them, man. It's going to be hard for them moving forward if they don't have a solid run game or a solid defense that can stop the run. Now, defensive wise, Kai Nakua, look out for him all season long. For Michigan, yes, look out for him all season long. He went bananas. 11 tackles. You know what I mean? And that was 11 solo tackles by himself. That man went crazy. But Reuben Foster, I know he's down there and he's injured right now. But Reuben Foster was all over the place. All over the place. Interception, forced fumble, couple tackles for loss, as well as a bunch of tackles just in general. So, I mean, him going down was huge. That muff punt as well was huge. That was huge. Now, we all know about the kick heard around the world in the UFL. Jake Boots Bates, baby. 1 field goal the whole game. Well, 2 because he got iced. But, I mean, that 64-yarder won them the game, which was a nail-biter. And I thought that St. Louis was going to win that game with that McCarron magic, you know what I mean? You know, AJ. But shout out to Jake Boots Bates for killing it and crushing St. Louis's dreams. And then, of course, you had your punt and kick returners. You know what I mean? Your punters, Marquette King, doing what he does best. He's got a leg on him. Brad Wing threw for a thick 6 to Alex Collette, the center for the Brahmas. So it was an entertaining weekend, man. It definitely was. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching these games. I don't care what nobody says. This was a good first weekend. Now, I know the attendance wasn't where everybody thought it should be, but you got to remember, it was Easter Sunday. We're competing with March Madness. We're competing with MLB opening weekend. We're competing with the NBA. We're competing with the NHL. You know what I mean? So, for the that we did get, for what we saw, for TV ratings, it was awesome. It was actually pretty damn good. That's not even counting the viewership ratings from the streaming services. So, you got to imagine we had a pretty damn good day or a pretty damn good weekend when it came to views, being that it was Easter weekend on top of that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I think San Antonio made the biggest impact. I think San Antonio has a chip on our shoulder from last year, as well as we know there was a shift in everything. The Roughnecks are now the gambler. Well, the Roughnecks are really the gamblers from last season in the USFL, and the San Antonio Brahmas are a good majority of the Roughneck players, plus the San Antonio Brahma players that they had last year. So, I mean, a lot of people can argue that, oh, you have the Houston Roughnecks team from last year, but do they? I mean, there's maybe like 8, 9, 10 players on the team that were Roughnecks last season. And I know some of them are big names like John Trey Kirkland. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, you got to give San Antonio credit. You got to give AJ Smith and Wade Phillips credit for what they put together down there and knowing what they had to do leaving Houston and coming to San Antonio. So, they did what they were supposed to do, man. They put together a good team, and I think that they're going to surprise a lot of people. Vegas had them, the Vegas out here had them with the least chance to make it to the UFL championship, and right now they're looking like nothing what ESPN thought they would. And they're looking nothing like it. So you got to just imagine, man, there's a lot to be said for the San Antonio Brahmas team and what they were able to do this weekend. And I think they were the team that made the biggest statement. Week 2 is going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. We got a lot of good games. We got a lot of packed games. St. Louis is looking like they're going to be hosting Arlington with a huge crowd. So that's going to be a huge game. Memphis is taking on San Antonio, and it's Memphis' home opener. So I think we're going to have a huge crowd in Memphis. Who else we got? DC's home opener, and they're facing Michigan, and I think Michigan may upset them, man. I really do. And then you got Birmingham and Houston, I believe. And I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting game. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for UFL Week 2, man, because I'm definitely excited for UFL Week 2. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to get ready to get up out of here and get a touch into, just two more topics, but it's going to be a little different than normal. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. We'll take this last commercial break. This is the Jersey the King Show, where we talk all sports, man, presented by Fuel, live on the Fuel Sports Network, and the after show right here on YouTube and Facebook on the Jersey the King channel. So I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. I'll be right back after this commercial break. Yeah.
It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
Same great taste. Yes. Same great taste. Same great taste.
Welcome back to the Jersey the King Show, presented by Fuel, live on YouTube and Facebook now in the second half of the show, I guess I can say. I do apologize about the commercial break. That was an accident. I didn't mean to cut the TV schedule commercial off like that. But if you do, make sure you use that Save 10 Now code when you order yourself some Just Meat jerky. From what I hear, it's very, 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 very good. I'm gonna be ordering myself some here soon, and I'm gonna make sure that on one of the shows that I eat some and try it and let you guys know how it is, man. But make sure you use that Save 10 Now code, and if you're gonna grab yourself some W energy drink, make sure you use that Save 10% code that we have. If you want to go back and watch the commercial again, rewind just to make sure you know what the code is. It is save 10%. And with Just Meat Jerky, it is save 10 now. So make sure you guys go and get you some Just Meat Jerky and some W Energy and get fueled, baby. You know what I'm saying? But before we get up out of here, one thing I wanted to talk about before I leave today is there's a lot of people out there, man, who look at other professional sports that aren't the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, you know what I mean, and MLS, and they look at these leagues as minor leagues or semi-pro leagues or amateur leagues, and it's like you guys don't realize that these are professional players. These are professional leagues. And I just wanted to get this rant out today because I'm so sick and tired of seeing people say that, for one, the USL, United Soccer League, oh, it's not a real professional soccer league. Then what the hell is it? What is it then? You know what I mean? The UFL, oh, it's a semi-pro football league. How? We are a professional spring football league. I only say we because I'm a huge fan and I cover them. And yeah, you know, the whole nine. I'm just saying the UFL is a professional spring football league. The NFL is a professional winter football league. That's the only difference in some of the rules. That's it. The Big Five league, you know, Ice Cube's basketball league that he just offered Caitlin Clark, Iowa Hawkeye phenomenon, women's college basketball star, $5 million to come and play in the Big Five after she gets drafted into the WNBA and plays her WNBA season because the Big Five doesn't run the same time the WNBA season runs, so she'll be able to play. So, you know what I mean? Like, these are professional sports leagues out here, and people are treating them like they're not. And it just irks my nerves because these leagues are real, like the indoor football league. The indoor football league is a real professional football league. It's just different rules, shorter field, and it's indoors. Doesn't mean it's not a professional league. And it's just like I said, man, it just irks my nerves that these alternative professional sports doesn't get the love and recognition that they need or deserve. Because at the end of the day, these guys and these girls are going out here and they're putting on a show when they showcase their talents. And they're doing it in whatever league is allowing them to. And going to pay them to do it. But at the end of the day, they're still professionals because they're still playing in a professional league. So when you sit here and say this league is fake or this league is phony or this league is a minor league or a gimmick league or an amateur league or a semi-pro league, or it just to sit here and blatantly say, oh, it's not a professional sports league. What is it then? Because if you look it up on Google and Wikipedia and all these other avenues, when you see the classification of these entities, they're professional sports leagues. They're classified as professional sports league, not semi-professional, not minor professional, major professional. Just not on the major scale of these other leagues, because these other leagues are the juggernaut leagues. So I'm just saying, like, people have to stop being so negative when it comes to alternative professional sports. Because at the end of the day, if you were an athlete and your goal was to make it to the top and you had to settle for one of those spring leagues or alternative sports leagues, you would hate for somebody to sit here and say you're not a professional. And I think that a lot more people should voice this out there because at the end of the day, it's about the sport. It's about the love of the sport. It's about us loving to watch the sport, no matter which level it's on. Yeah, we want to see good, clean entertainment when it comes to it. We want to see some good football games. We want to see some good basketball games, some good baseball games, some good hockey games, regardless of what level it's on. We want to see some good action in these games, of course, yes. But to sit here and have so many people in this world just sit here and bash these alternative sports leagues, especially here in the United States, it's atrocious. And a lot more people need to start voicing their opinion about it and really speaking on it and supporting these smaller leagues that are professional leagues because like I said, they're out there and these guys are trying to make it to the next level. These girls are trying to make it to the next level. They're trying to make it to the professional level. And the only way they can do that is if they have the support of the fans, if they can showcase their skills and get better and hone those skills and get better and better and better and better and make it to that next level. But they still need the support of the fan base because hell, I don't want to sit here and play a game in front of no people. You know what I mean? I can't really do what I want to do. I'm not excited to play. I'm gonna just go out there and do what I have to do. You know what I mean? So that's another big thing that I wanted to get off my chest today. But before we get up out of here, make sure you guys go and get in contact with Amanda, Big Daddy Ed, and Dirty, as well as Sandy Johnson and others. You guys can get the contact information. Like I said, I will get it up to for the show so that you guys can scan the QR code. Donate your books. We're trying to fill up Daddy Ed's pickup truck and a couple other pickup trucks. You know what I'm saying? To donate to a library at a local school, and I believe it's a high school or it might be a middle school, but it needs books in its library. The library was just renovated, I believe, and it's empty, and we need to get some books in there. So make sure you guys get with them and donate some books. If you want us donate money for them to go and buy books, you can do so as well. But yeah, any good condition or brand new books, please donate them. You can catch us every Saturday and Sunday, myself and the Fuel family. We will be tailgating all season long. We will be live on the Fuel Tailgate Kickoff Show. So check us out every Saturday and Sunday, an hour before the first game, an hour before the kickoff of the first game. You can catch the Fuel Tailgate Kickoff Show with myself and others from the Fuel family. Make sure you check out the Smoke and Guns show in the bottom line on Mondays. You can catch the X Fan show and now the Jersey the King show and Gridiron Nation on Tuesdays. You can catch the Derek King Sports Show, B-Hawk Live, and coming soon, the A-Team Show on Wednesdays. Excuse me. Thursdays, you can catch the Around the UFL, I believe. Don't quote me. I'm sorry, guys. Zach and the ref, don't kill me. And the UFL podcast. I'll get the times for those. I'll get the days and times for the UFL podcast and Around the UFL podcast as well. So you guys know the times and days those shows go live. Thursday nights you can catch the Hellraisers podcast with Gabriel OG Double G Garcia. And as well on Fridays, we got some shows coming. Oh, on Thursdays as well, Thursday afternoon, you can catch the Jersey the King show again. I'll be doing the show 2 days a week. So you can catch the Jersey the King show again this Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Central. Or excuse me, 3 p.m. 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you tune in to the lineup. And then, of course, on Saturdays, you can catch the Fuel Tailgate Kickoff Show, as well as the Gridiron Podcast Show with myself and OG Double G, Gabe Garcia. And on Sundays, you can catch the Fuel Tailgate Kickoff Show again, where we'll be tailgating from the very first home game in the other home game all on the same day. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you show that love, man. Go follow the Gridiron Podcast YouTube channel. Follow the Gridiron Podcast Facebook. Follow all the shows because there's a lot to go through again. Follow all the shows on their YouTubes and Facebooks as well. Make sure you guys follow the Fuel socials, the Fan United Experience Legion. Follow all the socials everywhere you can. Also check out Gateway City Sports, which Fuel Sports Network is powered by, and my man Derek King. Make sure you check out his show on Wednesdays, but check out the Gateway City Sports website. You can go to the merch store, find some Fuel merch, as well as the Derek King Sports Show merch, as well as Gateway City Sports merch as well. You can get the Gridiron merch at the Gridiron store. You'll be also able to get the Jersey the King Show merch at the Gridiron store soon as well. I'll be adding all that soon, so get ready for that. Man, there's a lot going on. We're doing a lot here at Fuel, man, and we're just excited to continue bringing you great content. And like I said, we're working on a lot. We're trying to bring out a lot. We're trying to do a lot. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the very first episode of the Jersey the King Show. Thank you to those who watched on Fuel. Thank you for those who watched on YouTube, as well as Facebook, as well as Fuel, because I know some of you watched on all three platforms, and I greatly appreciate you guys, man. But we'll be back this Thursday with more hot topics, more sports. I know there's going to be some NBA to talk about, some NHL, some MLB. So I got you covered right here on the Jersey the King Show every Tuesday, every Thursday, live right here on Fuel Sports Network, right here on the Jersey the King Show YouTube, right here on the Jersey the King Show Facebook. Make sure you follow the Jersey the King Show Facebook. We almost had 100. We're almost at 250 subscribers on the Jersey the King Show YouTube. And make sure you guys go and get those numbers up for Fuel and the Pro Football Alliance and all the shows associated with the Fuel family and the Fuel network of families. Man, I thank you guys for tuning in to the Jersey the King Show. I am your host. And as always, I love you guys. I want to thank you guys. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Or excuse me, Thursday. Sorry. Holla at your boy. Much love, y'all. Peace.